Tommy Vercetti. Vice City, baby.
Oh, it's dark here. Chat, good morning. How are we doing? There we go. All right, things were probably a little bit loud, but I figured you guys would enjoy a little bit of music this morning. I'm a bit late. My bad. I really needed some coffee. Like, really needed some coffee. This is so good. So very good. Justice Leopard, thank you for checking in. Or thank you for being first. Thank you for coming in through the notification. Appreciate you. All right, we're coding today. Let's get to it. Let's open up Unity. Let's get things rolling. We played around with Sora yesterday. It is completely unhinged. But it gets boring after a while. I really needed the coffee. I play hockey on Wednesdays, and so waking up early on Thursdays is hard. But hey, I'm here, and I just needed coffee. I needed you guys to wait for me to get some coffee. It's the only way I could probably survive. Quite frankly. Like, Thursdays is probably a good example of like burning the candle at both ends. Where it does feel like streaming on Thursdays is going to wear thin pretty quickly. But it's really the only time that I realistically have. So sleep hygiene's important every other day of the week. Like tonight, I need to be really smart about getting to bed because like Friday is the only day I could really sleep in because Saturday and Sunday are early days because I'm on the ice for hockey practice. And so really truly like you just got to be smart when I'm able, like if I have to wake up, I'm gonna have to wake up to get shit done. But I have to be smart about the other days when, and like I'm telling you this because I'm just telling it to myself. I need to tonight be really smart about making sure I make myself get my ass to bed. Okay, so let us just double check. I don't think this anything's opening when you hit escape, but nothing's breaking or erroring out anymore. There is this debug log on menu handler. Hold on, let me open up Rider as well while I also get Obsidian open. Okay, that debug log is fine. That warning is fine. I might... I'll keep it for now, but I might get rid of it. Then I believe I remember why escape wasn't working. What we can do, hold on, let me try something. In assistance. There you go. That's a little bit... Okay, so... Yeah, so this is the one that, as I was leaving yesterday, we just need to get the settings open. So let's work on that. I think it's a menu button handler. I think here what's happening is for scene 1, I'm only building the yeah, honestly, it knew, Augment knew what I wanted to do, which is pretty impressive, but click exit button on escape. That's what I want to happen. We're probably going to have to also pause gameplay, but let's just double check to see if it's at least showing up. Small steps. I don't know if anyone else like codes this way, but I feel like as I get closer to this point of building, I tend to like write a line of code, run the game, run a line of code, run the game. Okay, so it's still not working. Input handler on escape inputs. On start. So do we get in here? Yeah, okay. Settings menu canvas, okay. I'm not seeing an error. On escape inputs. Click exit button. Oh, quits. I don't want application quit. Shit, that's the wrong. On escape inputs. Click exit button. Toggle settings. Oh, fuck. The AI actually got it wrong. We are going to toggle the settings menu. And then when we toggle the settings menu, I'm going to register to these other events, but we'll do that in a second. While we're here, I'm also going to open an incognito mode window from my screen on my phone. I'm trying to get my view count up. Alright, what was I doing? Remember, I got distracted. I'm gonna be honest, this coffee is hitting really good right now. Like, real good. I'm so happy for it. Okay, let's test out to see if the escape works. It does. Good. That's kind of what we want. Kind of not what we want. But it's a start. It is a start, so what is the next step for us? Oh my gosh. Pause game, not audio, when opening menu. What else? We want to pause the game, not the audio. We want to draw the menu above everything else and hide other objects. And we want to make the hotkeys register to the hotkey events and deregister when closing. Okay, so let's just work on drawing it above everything else. I think that's a good start, I think. Maybe we could pause the game too. That could also be a really good starting point, but I don't know, up to you guys. Up to me. Yeah, I think we're gonna get rid of this warning. It's going to bug me. So let's just play with, like, does it need to be, I mean, it's showing up above everything else, so that's not the problem. Our border square is not showing up, so that's kind of a problem. That could be a sorting layer issue. We put that to 1. Okay. That goes to 1. Settings menu mask. I think that's fine because it's actually doing what it should be doing and just showing a, yeah, okay. We just want everything below it to be hidden, and so my thought is we could programmatically hide things. If I deactivate the canvas game, okay, we're at 70. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the time still is counting up. But we could hide everything. I don't think we want to hide it. I think we're just going to hide the word prefab. Okay, so my thoughts are we could definitely hide the word prefab. I'm also just thinking of, like, doing a copy paste of, like, this background so that it has a background layer. That might just be fucking insane because it's going to be more problematic than anything. But hear me out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. do settings. I'm gonna do this. No, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like literally just gonna take a screenshot of this. And save that. And it's a little bit unhinged of an idea, but I'm gonna do that. We're gonna drag that into our assets. I'm going to put that over here. And then I'm going to copy it into here. And I guess this goes as a sorting layer 1. And I guess I could just put it maybe at the top here. Oh, this may be crazy. I don't know if this is gonna work. Sorry, I went a little bit quiet here for a second because I'm like, my brain is working on overdrive. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so I mean, like, the right thing to do is probably Well, no, this works. And the only problem with this approach is if I'm going to change the menu, which I'm most likely I'm going to try to make it look better, I got to do this all over again. So why don't I it means I gotta like deactivate. It's just like more work. It's more work that I maybe don't want to do. Chat, I'm on the fence here of which is the right approach. I think the approach for today is to do the background approach. And then I will consider the other option of deactivating different game objects if I really need to. I think this works. So weird. 8-Bits Byte, how you doing? Coffee, sorry, 8-Bits Byte. I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit tired, I have to admit, but we're getting places. We're getting places. Okay, if I back out, let's just see if this is working. It's not working. This has to go one up, I think. Yeah? No? Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to just get the settings menu to work across the whole game, and that's it's turning out to be a lot harder than I had anticipated. Well, I think it's the week. Feel tired as well. Granted, it's only. I mean, it's early for me. It's because I play hockey on Wednesdays, and so I get home late. And I think Thursdays is like a good example of me just burning the candle on both ends, where it's like after a long week already, Thursday is like at the end of the week, and I don't have a lot of sleep, and I'm trying to wake up early to jump on stream before work. Okay, how did I make this work last time? How did I get this to work? It was working just like a minute ago, and I don't know why it's not working. Well, I mean, it was working, quote unquote. One, 3, 4, 0, 0. Sort order. What was my sort order? 0? Why? Why is this life so difficult here? I forget what I did. I had it working and I forget what I did. That is so annoying. And I don't know why I did that. hurts. It hurts my brain, man. Z sorting issues. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't understand how my 2D game is sorted on the Z axis. Nothing makes sense. It hasn't made sense forever for me. I don't know. Fuck, why? It was just freaking working. And I don't know, I wish I knew why, like, everything is just broken when it comes to the Z axis. And I don't think I'm smart enough to understand why. Put this in here. Okay. I have two similar things here. If I make this at that, and I do, the scale is just fucked up too. I think that's the problem. Perhaps that's the problem. So we are going to copy everything over here. These two things are the same. Okay. In Unity for 2D, is the Z-axis more of a sorting on depth, which objects appear in front? I mean, I would think. I am using order layers and order inlay. Like, I am ordering things, and I don't know. You only need Z if you need two sprites on the exact same layer. Otherwise, put objects on different layers. Yeah, and I think that's like the biggest problem. Some things are not being sorted by layers, and some things are being sorted by layers, and it's a mismatch. And I probably just need to go through all my elements and put everything to like Z equals 0, and then create different layers. And maybe that's a problem for another day if I really need to do that. But I'm gonna kill this, which brings me back to prefab mode. Let's enter the values. 7.47. I'm not gonna overthink it. 38.18 999 Z3378 3378 32.50188 32 30. Hello? 32. What the fuck? $32 70964 and 135. Yeah, only use Z if you need two sprites on the exact same layer. Otherwise, put objects on different layers. I think that's what I need to go back and I need to do that. Did my... Hello? Can you guys hear me? Did OBS just crash? What happened? I'm back. Hello? Unity did something. What did Unity do? Unity did something and killed everything. Weird. Okay, let's double check to see if the background is not working. It would be super dope if it was. Look, I'm gonna take it. I think I'm okay with that. The other thing that's not... Oh. Border in layer 1. Border in layer 1. Title word. Can I add a sprite renderer? This is a mesh renderer. Override sorting. The settings menu words are not showing up anymore. Is that ever working? Did that never work? Yeah, that was weird. Unity was doing something and it hung everything on my computer. Settings. Okay. That's okay. Let's go to our prefab. And let's go here, title word. Let's do sorting group. I think that will make it work. Yeah, okay, cool. Progress. Okay, so now we need to pause the game. Now we need to pause the game. Integrate new menu in game scene. Git add star git commits. Menu opens on escape and draws above things correctly. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have something in Game Handler to handle this scenario, because I would imagine in my last menu that I had, I was pausing things. You would fucking think. But I don't remember, honestly. Hey, Bitsbot, you've been hanging out with me a lot lately. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in and just chatting and lurking. Well, before you get on stream, I appreciate it. Thank you, bud. I feel like I've seen you a lot here lately. Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. Earth controller. Earth object. Interesting. Show menu. I think this is the old on destroy, handle, escape, input, toggle active. This dot game object. This dot game object at active self is true. This dot game object dot set active is false. Time dot time scale is 1. Audio listener pause. I don't pause. I think this is time dot time scale is 1. I think that's what we do. Oh, sorry. 0 pauses the game. 1 puts it back to. Okay, that should be easy enough for me to do. Welcome, you have a nice stream and enjoy the way you show your game dev. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. You know, I don't watch a whole lot of streams, or I didn't before streaming myself. And so I didn't really have anyone to like imitate, which is not a bad thing, right? Like when you're starting, you want to kind of imitate maybe it's how other people do it, how bigger streamers do it. And so I just like set it up how I thought would make sense and how my workflow is, right? Like big screen for Unity, big screen for my IDE, switching between the two. That's kind of what I do. So I like having the scenes switch that way. Just a heads up, everyone, we are going to roll ads in about 40 seconds, and that is to get rid of pre-rolls. We all hate pre-rolls on Twitch. It is one of the worst inventions ever, but what's a good invention is your Twitch Prime, which they're renaming or getting rid of the name, which also is a bit scary because I figure that's the first step, and then the next step is getting rid of Twitch Prime. But you still have Twitch Prime. So while you have it, take that money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket, put it into mine. You can subscribe with Twitch Prime, dodge the ads, and I'm two subs away from my goals. So maybe we try to hit that goal today. That'd be pretty cool. If not, it's okay too. It's pretty cool that you're just in chat hanging out. But yeah, here go the ads. It's just a minute and a half, and we'll be back on the other side of it. Good opportunity to stretch our legs too. But yeah, Ebits Bite, we are on the same Twitch team. I don't interact with those folks all too much, as much as I probably should. But everyone is like super nice. I tend to stick to the non-kid streams on Gen X. Yeah, prefer more mature streamers. Who are the more mature streamers? Like-minded, of course. I mean, you are watching folks who resonate with you. I mean, I think you probably have more of like the mature streamers here in the software and development scene. All the popular streamers are not pushing 40, that's for sure. But it totally makes sense that you're watching like streamers that it resonates with you. I think like my favorite streamer is Ludwig, and not only it's not because he's old, because he's not that old, but I feel like he acts like in a way that is consistent to what I like versus like the really over the top streamers that are super popular with kids because they're screaming and yelling and super excitable and not really talking about a whole lot. And I find that like he's a bit more of a grounded streamer. And it keeps me a little bit young. But I can't imagine watching like, I mean, I've tried, like I've seen like, I mean, XQC is also like an old streamer at this point, but like I remember watching tuning into XQC like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and immediately knowing that I don't ever want to watch this guy, and I haven't. I really don't like the React streamers, like Asmongold, like is so cringe. The ones that hop up and down, yeah. Like Kai Cenat, like you can't take anything away from him, but it's like it's just not my vibe. So I like my bits and I like my subs, but I'm not going to hoop and holler and cover myself in shit just to get some subs, that's for sure. I mean, we've talked about it before, but like for subs to matter, it would have to be at a bigger level. But it's always fun when people do support. It goes to the coffee fund. All right, where was I? Yes, I was pausing the game. I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. Where's my input manager? It is serialized, and so on start. Input manager. I should have a reference to it. What's going on? Input handler, sorry. Input handler. On escape input. That's fine. Handle on escape input, handle on escape inputs. Private void handle on escape input. Pause menu handler. That's not a thing. This is kind of redundant. Handle on escape input. Why don't I... On start, handle on escape inputs, and then do I have a on disable? Justice Leopard, it's not time for that. You'd sub for that. You'd sub for me jumping up and down. Money is not worth the loss of dignity to me. I think I almost crapped my pants the other day, but you guys missed it. There we go. Game starts, game stops. I can't click the buttons. Why can't I click the buttons? How did I get into this? How did I do that? How did I break it? Oh, I see. Oh, and then if I do timescale 0, then I can't click the buttons. Oh no. Okay, that's not the approach to do this then. You learn something new every day. And that is, I'm an idiot. Poggers in the chat for sneezing. I'll take a bit for that. There was a whole streamer. There was a streamer that was getting so drunk that he kept passing out and puking himself. He eventually got banned. Yeah. Yeah. Drinking and streaming is not exactly the... it's honestly not the most... It's not the most interesting thing. And like so Ludwig does this thing called Beerio Kart, which is basically you play Mario Kart, and at some point in the level you have to like stop driving and drink a beer and then continue. So it's about like chugging beers. Very kind of frat boy type of game, which on paper is fun and between a few folks is fun. But he ran an event with like 40 people, and it was like just the most annoying thing to watch. And then there was like a bunch of controversy as well because one guy got way too drunk and they egged him on to get way too drunk. And I don't know if you could say that he sexually assaulted some women, but he was definitely a bit of a creep. It made some folks feel uncomfortable, and so just not a good idea overall. Yeah, the mango thing. I'm sure you've heard of it, but anyways, I just think like drinking on stream, it just seems like a bad idea. And it's not fun. Like you watch a streamer because they're engaging. At least I do. And as you get drunk, you just become less engaging. Yeah, everyone's kind of. I think everyone heard about it. There's a bit of controversy. You can say that there is a bit of controversy. Okay, block typing. Handle character for block typing. Set block typing. Okay, let me take some notes. Input handler has a set block typing. The timer. I think the other thing is just timer, right? So if we block the typing and block, pause the timer, I think that's maybe all we need to do. God, the timer was one of the first things that I did. I think it's here. Padlock. Increase the elapsed time, decrease set elapsed time. Is there an on update here? No. Yeah, maybe don't invite alcoholic people to a drinking event next time. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they knew that he was an alcoholic. I mean, do you really know until there's a moment where then you know? Like, probably in hindsight, you're like, yeah, this guy is, like, he drinks way too much, way too often. But I do think it's fair that, like, you sometimes just don't put two and two together. Like, both as an individual who's like the alcoholic and also the people around you sometimes. Like, it's just, if he's always been chill, you're just like, it's not affecting, like, it's chill. And I think he went to the event the year prior, and he was like totally chill. So everyone knew in the Smash scene. Okay, that's fair. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like, that's fair. I don't know the Smash scene, and I don't watch events and stuff. But it always gets to a point where they do something, you know what I mean? Like, if everyone knew in the Smash scene, then like at some point, like why didn't anyone step up at an earlier time for him? You know what I mean? Like, why wait until he does something? Thankfully, nothing too egregious, but like, one could think that it could be worse, right? Okay, I gotta find where I am ticking the clock. Config, data, endgame manager, endgame text, fade in game manager, letter, level loader, lock, rotation, menu, exit button, meter, controller, save system, scale, text, score settings. You would think it's in here. Settings, controller. This is the old. Show menu. Sky sound manager, sound, star animation, star meter, sound effects, star opacity, star, Steam integration, Steam leaderboard system, title sound, word. Okay, where do is it game handler? On update. Oh, I mean, why am I going backwards? So if I go score, increase elapse time. Where am I calling that? Score instance, update time, timer check. Okay, increase the elapse time. Wait, score manager. How did I miss that? Score. Oh, it's in my handler class. Fuck. Need to hop offline, get myself ready for work. Have a great rest of your stream. 8bits a byte. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Enjoy your day at work. I guess you're not streaming today. Enjoy your day at work. Presto Cotilo, how you doing, my little raccoon friend? Justice Leopard, are you involved? Not involved in the Smash scene, but do you watch competitive Smash? No, work schedule changed, so I start at 7 instead of 9, so now I stream on my weekends. Oh, that's a bummer, dude. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's awesome. So, like, this is gonna make me, like, this is gonna age me a lot, but for, like, the past, like, 10-ish years or 10, 11 years, I've had younger friends be like, hey, let's play Smash Brothers. And I could just never figure it out. Like, I would be like sitting down with 3-4 other folks and we're all on the map together and I'm just like, I don't fucking understand what I'm supposed to be doing, how to do anything, and there's like just too much shit happening on screen. Like, like when I play Smash, I felt old and probably still feel old. When I think I've learned, at least by watching some streamers, and specifically Ludwig, because he is a Smash was a Smash streamer, that I think I now seen enough of it that I'm like, I kind of understand what the fuck to do. So if there's a good example of where like streamers have made me less old, that might be a good example of it, that like if I ever have to play again, I won't be completely lost. and not understand what the fuck is happening. But I've always been good at video games, and I've been playing games since I've been a kid, like since I've been 10 or younger. I had an original NES. Like, I've had an Atari, and I've had PC games when I was younger. And so it's just a fighting game, but like I know, like I understand this, and that's it. I'm like, this is just a fighting game. How freaking hard can it be? One, it's hard, and two, it's just like there's too much happening on screen. I'm not that old, but Smash Brothers made me feel old. Like, made me feel really old. You're 34? Alright, you're trying to get it out of me by offering that information yourself? Yeah, in the back of my mind, I'm just kind of thinking, how do I handle this? I'm 40, so I'm not that old. Oh, okay, makes sense. I'm not in the Smash generation, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, right? Like, I'm only 6 years older than you, but I just didn't grow up with it, right? And like, it's like, there's a couple of things that are like super popular that kind of passed me by because I was just like at like that awkward age where like I wasn't paying attention. So like things like Pokemon, both the card game and the Nintendo game, right? Like, that all just passed me by. That I just wasn't interested when it came. Like, when it came out, I was in high school, and it wasn't something that was like top of mind for a teenager in high school. Pokemon first game. The first Pokemon games are, I mean, maybe that's kind of bullshit. So the first Pokemon game came out in 1996, which would have made me about 10 or 11 years old, which is actually the prime time for me. I never had a Game Boy. My parents never bought me a Game Boy. So I think that's why Pokemon, I missed the whole Pokemon thing, because like if my friends were playing it, I wasn't playing it. I just didn't have a Game Boy. I did have an SNES, and so Zelda Link to the Past. When did Zelda Link to the Past come out? 92, 96. Fuck. Wait, A Link to the Past release date. That doesn't make sense. There's no shot. A Link to the Past was released in 1991. 92 in North America? That doesn't... That blows my mind. I don't even know how do I have memories of playing A Link to the Past in 92? That makes me like 8 years old. Like, I remember playing that in the summer in between school. That just, wow. That's fucked. So why in 96 was I not playing I was playing video games in '96. What was the consoles released around 1996? N64. 96 doesn't make me that old. 96 makes me like 11 years old. In 96 I was still in elementary school. I was in grade 5, grade 6. Cuz like the whole N64 era kind of avoided me as well, right? So like there's like a black hole in my like console gaming mind around like Nintendo at that time. One, I had a PlayStation, so I think the PlayStation I guess the PlayStation came out in 95, late 95. So one, I was probably transitioning away from Nintendo to PlayStation. I was playing like Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that. My friends had a Nintendo 64, so I only know like GoldenEye because my buddies had an N64. So I guess, yeah, like I guess it was just I was playing other things. I'm pretty sure I had a PC at that time too, so I started playing PC games. And yeah, the whole Pokemon thing just like blew me by. Like if I think back to like 96 around that time, like my summers were different. My summers were not sitting in front of a game console playing games. I was like riding my bike with friends. I was like, you know, I was hanging out with buddies in the neighborhood more than playing video games. And I remember like in 96, like when did the original GTA come out? 97? Yeah, so like that's also like a very big like I was just playing different shit. I was playing different stuff. Like GTA came out on PlayStation in 97. I remember that being pretty big. 97 was like when AOL started, like I started getting internet access, so like I stopped playing games and started hanging out on the internet a little bit more. Pokemon trading card game. First release. The first Pokemon trade, like the fact that the first Pokemon game came out in 96 is interesting too. Oh, that was in Japan. Right. So by the time it came to North America in 1999, that was way too late for me. I was definitely in high school at that point. I would have been 14, 15 years old, and there's no shot I was playing Pokemon trading card game. So that completely, like that whole phase of where kids were like super into it, like way too late for me. What I am aware of is like the Magic the Gathering trading card game. So it's like Pokemon is not like a foreign thing to me. It's just that it wasn't something I was doing. I like the TV shows and stuff like that. Like a lot of my buddies around my age or even older were watching like Dragon Ball Z and maybe Pokemon and stuff like that. But I was just not into anime or any of that stuff at any point ever until I got older and I fell in love with the Studio Ghibli movies. I digress. Oh, where was I? That was a long tangent. Is settings menu open? I feel the same with games like Apex Legends. Yeah, yeah, and like Fortnite and stuff like that. Or is that even like younger? When did Apex Legends come out? 2019. Fuck, dude. We were all scared of COVID back then. That would have made you 30? 29? Toggle settings. Close sound menu. I'm just trying to think through what the best way to handle this is. I guess it's probably through an event. Private menu handler, menu handler. Menu handler, find object of type menu handler. If menu handler not equal null. If where's the why did I miss that? How are we on time? Shit, we're out of time. Out of time. That tangent effed us up. Okay, I gotta get going, unfortunately. We're making progress. I'm hoping to get this dang settings menu finished at some point. So that I could build an alpha, release the alpha, and start to get some of you folks to play test the game. That would be cool, and then I'm going to update the Steam store page. But hey, look, what are we doing this month? It's the month of October. We're doing 31 games, 31 days of streaming. Where am I right now? We're doing 31 days of streaming. And so every single day this month, I'm going to be on a stream. Monday, Thursdays, those are still my big stream days where we're coding. That's not changing. But in between, I'm going to try to hop on a little bit more. We're going to play some games. I want to play Peak with some of my friends. There's a Steam sale going on right now. There's always a lot of fun demos to play, so we might go through some demos. I'm working on a calendar that I'm going to put up in our Discord where it will show you what are the things we're working on and give you the opportunity to give suggestions and vote on suggestions and stuff like that. So we're in it. We're defining it while we're in it, but that's how we do things around here. We kind of just fucking raw dog it a little bit and figure it out as much as I can. Like the reality of life is just like, even yesterday I'm like, oh, I'm gonna build the calendar. I have all the plans. I already have like a rough like proof of concept. I'm gonna like go upload it to Vercel and get it up and going. I didn't do it yesterday. Like I just like, after work I had dinner, I made dinner, had dinner with my family, and I fucking crashed. I fell asleep for like 2 hours before my hockey game because I just had no energy to keep doing anything on my computer. So that there's also the reality of life. And this is just a hobby. I'm not going to kill myself over doing some of this stuff, but you know, we are gonna, you know, we're in it. We're doing it together. Hopefully it's fun for y'all while we do it. Okay, we're gonna go raid someone. I'm not sure who to go and raid. I really like this guy, but I might go try. Let's go see here. What's he working on? Here, why don't I'll sheriff. I'll mute that. Firefox. Let's go Twitch. Twitch.tv. Who are we going to raid? And what should we do when we raid? Well, you know, we're gonna show some love, but let's type some shit for these folks. Okay. Digital Salmon. Unity Technical Art. Oh, he's working on that space thing. Yeah, this is cool. Let's go hang out with Digital Salmon. What is he working on? All right, y'all. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be morning or if it's going to be later on tonight, but if you hang out in the Discord, I will send a notification. Shit, I forgot to send a notification today, didn't I? Oh well. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank y'all. Bye.